minutes. If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
Hello and welcome to Keeneland Today, live from the Phoenix Room at Keeneland Racecourse in Lexington, Kentucky. Hopefully everyone can hear us okay as we're in a pretty loud contest room. I'm your host, Howard Kravitz of the HHH Racing Podcast, along with my good friend and co-host of Picks and Ponies and also contest player, Paul Halloran. Paul, you can hear me okay? You could go ahead and unmute. And how you doing today?
Doing great, Howard. Just a few feet away from you.
Yes, the sound is good. I hope I sound okay, Paul. Not too loud. I hope we're going to have some stuff in the background. Yes, I'm wearing my glasses today, everyone watching at home, because I've got to read some stuff and got my contacts in, ready to rock and roll. Paul, we're going to be talking about the early pick 5 here in just a minute, but if everyone could make sure you listen to the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Anchor. We got a great tip sheet below the video player for all of our information on the tip sheet in the description. We also have the Keeneland only Power Picks tip sheet and Team HHH. You can find out about both of those on our website, which is right here, hhhracingpodcast.com. Again, Paul, just to let our viewers and listeners know, we are live from the contest room here at Keeneland. It's going to be exciting, very exciting day, Paul. The weather is going to be cool but very sunny. How do you feel about the card in general? And are you going to repeat as Grade 1 Gamble Chap from 2 years ago? No pressure, my friend.
Yeah, I think the card is pretty difficult, Howard. I have a couple of leans, but especially you and I talked the other night. As you get later on, it's nothing really jumps out as well. I have something jumping out, but it's not till the end. Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to have to be efficient in how we play today.
I think so. Horsey Dave, who had big scores, also said, good luck. Thank you, Horsey Dave. Rob N. I don't think it's ever too early for boozing, Rob N. But, I'm going to keep it pretty mellow here as I got to concentrate on my contest entries. All right, Paul, let's get right into it now. I don't have a second monitor, ladies and gentlemen. When we do these remote shows that are live, the text is a little more difficult, but I should be able to get through everything just okay. Again, we're going to talk about the early pick 5 on today's card, Saturday here at Keeneland. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to bring up the Equibase entries, Paul. We're going to jump right into basically the PPs if necessary. So let me go ahead and switch to our banners, and we'll get right into it. Race 1 is going to start at, there we go. Race 1 is going to start at 1 o'clock Eastern. And there's our picks on the bottom of the screen. We're pretty slow here, Paul, to start today. Scratches are also in, so we can talk about that as well. I actually don't have scratches in front of me, but maybe you can help out that, Paul, possibly, or someone around you can help out that. I'm going to go 3-9-1 to start off the card. You're going to go 9-3-1. Let me go ahead and bring up. I got to share. Hold on one second, everyone. This is where it gets not dicey, but it's a little more complicated.
9 is scratched, Howard.
I'm going to do that. Oh, the 9 is out. Okay, that's right. I remember that actually. So we're not going to change our picks on the screen.
No.
We can just talk through our changes here. Let me go ahead and share the PPs so we can talk about our top choices. Okay, here we go. So everyone should see myself and Paul, I believe, on the screen right now. And we're on a delay, so when we check that out, we're not going to be able to see it as well. Let me get to race 1 also. So, Paul, now that the 9 is out, you were 9-3-1. So we're both going to have the 3 now on top in the first race. And the 3, by the way, this is a race for 8-30, 7 furlongs. The 3 is Diver, who's 8-1 morning line. Currently, the odds are 3-1. Blinkers on. Byron Hughes, James Bobblehead Graham from our Arlington days for people from the Chicago area. Scratch from yesterday, which I believe that was a 1.8 mile race that they scratched out of yesterday into here. What do you like about Diver for Eclipse Thoroughbreds?
Well, to be honest, Howard, I had him more as a board horse, so I don't know that I will be playing him on the top line. But 2 good seconds on the synthetic at Turfway. The Turfway form has proven to be not too bad so far in this meet, Howard. The horse has run longer. They tried Turf 3 back going a mile, and that didn't didn't work out at all. But has run longer than this. That's one question on him stretching out from the 6 and 6.5 to the 7. But I do think he has an opportunity to be pretty forward here. Uh, Byron Hughes is only 1 for 10 adding blinkers, so no great angle there. So very, very tepid choice with the 9 out for me.
I would agree. I think this horse is going to show some speed. I assume people at home can hear you fine, Paul. You may want to talk up just a little bit, but
Okay.
I have the benefit of my headphones here and you don't. I can definitely hear you, but maybe the people in the chat, actually, I'm not going to go back to the chat, but maybe just speak up a little bit. But I think you're good.
All right.
Number 4, Kentucky 31 or KY 31. Actually, I don't have in the mix. That horse looks like is probably co-favorite right now. But let's go talk about the 1. The 1 is Warp 9, 2-1 morning line favorite, now 8-5, King Peak. I don't like the 0 for 12. This horse switches back to dirt. He fits. This is just a horse I think I would try to beat with some others in this spot.
Yeah, and the 2 who's going to take money is 0 for 9. We saw that horse yesterday, Howard, the horse that 4 horse, who was a very logical pick in that, but even on that big drop, when horses lose that many times, to me, they've proven to you they know how to lose. So
yes.
I am with you on trying to beat the 1.
Okay. Actually, I do have the 4 as a B horse. I'm just looking at my notes right now. I've got 2, 6, 8 as C's. I think I'm going to lean on the 3 here. We're not going to talk about the contest. We don't want to give away all our secrets here, Paul. I can tell you, I will say for the first race, I'm not playing this first race in the contest. You have a big no bueno, it looks like, as well, right?
No.
Paul, right?
No.
Okay.
No contest.
All right, not right. All right, let's go to the next race. Let me switch it over here again. Things could take a little bit longer, everyone. We have so many people watching. We really do appreciate excuse me. Appreciate those of you watching and listening at home. Let's go to race 2. You see our picks on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to switch the PPs over as well. Again, everyone's going to take a little bit longer, everyone. This is a 6.5 furlong race. It's a 40 claimer here. The purse is 73,000. This is an interesting race, Paul, because the 1 and 2 are both taking money. They're both off layoffs. I'm going 3-2-1. You are going with the 2. So let me go to the 2 first. One of the layoff horses on a big drop. Cape Trafalgar, 5-2 morning line for Safi. This is a lot of times. I mean, he's been in tough spots. He's a really nice horse. Now dropping down pretty low. That doesn't discourage you, though, with IRAD riding.
Well, it's the type of race that Safi usually wins, isn't it? He's just one of those guys. He's 30% claimers. This type of drop typically does, but you know what, Howard? This is a horse who's earned $240,000 already. Although they paid $325 for him, but he's 6 now. Is this horse going to get taken? Who knows? I don't know what that music was. Can you hear me all right,
Howard? Yes.
Okay.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Tom Leach is right in my ear. Anyway.
Well, Paul, we get a lot of popular people around. I mean, I got Noah's roommate next to me, Cole, who's, world-renowned handicapper right next to me here. So Cole's looking at me like, what did he just say on live YouTube? Anyway, go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
Yeah, no, so I just think this is the type of spot this horse wins in. I could see wanting to be against him with the layoff and this type of drop. But, with IRAD, as you said, Little Vic implementation, Rocket Can, Tumbarumba, last year really running with better. I just think that IRAD will be forward with this horse, have him stalking and have a real good run at it.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, he can win, obviously. So can the 1. But I'm going to go with the 3, Pure Panic. I'll tell you one thing we've noticed, Paul, at this meet here at Keeneland is these horses coming from Turfway have been very good. And this horse is in fantastic form. He was staked last time and finished to 3rd, but that was a Recipe Red and no balls, Paul. So they're dropping probably where he belongs. Alex Lachard is not a well-known rider. He's a decent rider, not a high percentage, but he's ridden this horse the last 3 times. Again, not my strongest play here, just because I don't know how the 1 is going to react. But I'm going to go a little bit with the price and try not to get too worried with Pure Panic on top. Do you want to mention? Do you want to mention the 6 real quick, and then because the one in, I'll show the one. Let me talk about the one, Paul, for just a second, and then we'll go to your 6, then move on to race 3. The number 1 is Critical Threat. Again, Falcone is solid. This is 7-year-old coming off a layoff um, from Aqueduct. Gets Jose Ortiz. There's really not much to dislike other than just the drop and the layoff. But I mean, Flying P Stables, this horse can win. You're going to throw the number 6 into the mix, Mr. Bob. Wait a minute, is this for your buddy sitting next to you right now, or is this you actually like this horse?
No, I actually like the horse, but you know how JJ Hernandez, who's in town with Sinner and
Yeah.
Eda not running, has had a few wins, including a big price one. He's had a few for Maker already. Practical Joke is a 23% dirt sire at Keeneland, and I just think this horse has a chance to be a part of it.
I think I got a better.
I'm thinking as we're doing this live, we might bump into the national anthem at some point. If we do that, we're not going to podcast during that time, Paul. If that happens,
Yeah.
during the podcast, we will go on a short commercial break and let that, out of respect to our nation's colors, we'll just come back and take a quick commercial break. Are you okay with that, Paul? If that happens,
Yeah, well, you better do it for my old Kentucky home too. I learned that the hard way last year.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we might take like a 5-minute break. I think they do it relatively soon, so we'll just roll with the punches and see what happens. Race 3, Paul. Let's go to race 3. Race 3, I have a relatively strong opinion here, and I'm very curious to see what happens. I've 111-4. You have 9-11-6. This is, I believe, if I recall, a turf maiden race. Let me go ahead and switch it over right now. There it is. It's a turf maiden, 110 grand is the purse. The AEs are scratched, and this is a tough race. Let me go. Who's your top again, Paul? Sorry, I got to switch screens. A 9.
I have the 9.
Okay, let's go to the 9. Let's have you talk about the 9 first. The number 9, Theravada, Rusty Arnold, Saez. Solid start. Lost to Drop the Hammer in her debut, who ran yesterday. Didn't run great, but it was a very tough spot for Drop the Hammer. This horse gets to stretch out a little more, has one local work at Keeneland for a very underrated trainer. Interesting. Talk a little more about this horse.
Well, speaking of Rusty Arnold, Howard, second-time starters in maiden specials on turf, 24%, and we're about to go into my old Kentucky home, Howard, and you better stand at attention because I was told that last fall.
All right. So, okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We're going to, this come out of 4.
Listen.
We can listen to it. Sure, we can listen to this, and then I think we'll pause for the national anthem. The corn shall stripe and the meadows in the blue, and the birds sing music all the day. Oh, the young bulls on the hill and roar, all merry, all happy, and broad of night. They come to Kentucky, oh, good night. We go for my lady. We go for today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky. Oh, 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 for my old Kentucky. Oh, 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 we're going to pause everyone for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We're going to pause for the national anthem, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able for our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was nice. I don't know if people could hear that at home very well over that old Kentucky home. I showed the paddock there, Paul. I don't think you saw that, but I brought the monitor over and showed the paddock. Hope everyone enjoyed that. I'll tell you what. Let's see what we got in the chat, Paul. Maybe some people have some comments about what they heard here. Let's see here. I'm just looking at the chat. I'll look at Paul Conlon, my favorite part of Keeneland. Paul's here, actually. We got to find him, Paul.
Oh, absolutely.
Ed Burke wants an encore. Paul, can you run down to the paddock and see if they can sing something else for us? We'll hold your spot there for a little bit. All right. Anyway, all right, let's go back. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, everyone, for chiming in. Thanks for holding on with us. Anyway, talk about the 9 again, Paul, in the turf race.
Yeah, I mentioned Rusty Arnold's stats. Second time starters, maiden specials on turf. He wins at 24%. The DM Cambodia, who's a Warfront mare, was a grade 1 turf runner. Horses by Tappet, so obviously bred to run on turf all day. Ran 7.5 furlongs at Gulfstream. Ran fine, ran third. Didn't take any money. That's could be a red flag, but Rusty is much better second time than first time. So I just think that this horse is just in the right spot today, and I really think there's plenty of room to advance. And with Luis Saez, who we talked about him the other night, comes back after getting trampled on Tuesday, wins a couple yesterday. These guys are tougher than any athletes. It's not even close.
Paul, the number 1 Hibiscus, I am very interested in race 3. She's bred very well. This horse, I don't know if you remember this, Paul, but this horse was actually entered at Gulfstream 2 weeks ago when they had that horrible thunderstorm or rain. It was part of the mandatory pick 6 on the last day of the championship meet, and they had to scratch. Now she's in this spot. So when you see the work pad and you see a little bit of a spacing in the work, the last official work, March 21st, I wouldn't be overly concerned. I'm sure this horse has hit the track. This was also the horse that Josie Carroll had Ramon Hernandez. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember it very well. Who's these are great Woodbine connections. Now it's Franco. It's the LNJ Foxwoods, the Dam Fiji Moon. I know there's a lot of turf pedigree in here. Let's see. Yeah. The turf, the 23%, the progeny, 185,000. I believe there was a good winner in there. Yeah, this is half the Tapwater, who some people at home might remember, who wasn't just like long-winded, was going 6.5 also, and so this is just a very interesting spot. The works were really good too, and I remember watching the works on XBTV, also, Paul. So again, probably not a contest play, but in terms of horizontally, I got a feeling this one's going to take some money. I'm very interested in Hibiscus in race 3. We'll quickly talk about the 11, then go on to race 4. We both have the 11 second, Paul. What do you like about Wedding Mood? This is an interesting horse for Brian Lynch and Irad, who is not racing since November, coming in from Dovi.
Can I just give you 2 conflicting stats on your one first, Howard?
Please do.
Josie Carroll, first-time starters, 19%. That's great, right?
Yep.
On turf, 0 for 21.
Oh. You know what? I had some stats. I don't have it with me now because I had some stats the last time that she was supposed to run that were, I think Josie, you know what it is? I think Josie Carroll's actually decent first-time starters on the synthetic.
Yeah, well, she's primarily at Woodbine, right?
So. Right, and so I'm not overly concerned about her going long first time. But that is a very interesting stat and not a good one. Wedding Mood.
So the 11, how's the breeding, Howard, on Wedding Mood? By Wooten Bassett out of a Galileo mare. Hello.
Yeah.
Brian Lynch is 4 for 9 with these foreign shippers, and in maiden turf routes, 1 for 2. This horse gets IRAD. The horse ran better on synthetic over there, but I think you in a turf race over here with these connections and that pedigree, I think you really have to take a long look at this horse.
Yeah, this horse is working well. Paul, he might, I don't have a drink in front of me. So, oh, yes, I do. I got a water. Hold on. I've got to have a beverage. Hold on. She might want longer, Paul. I watched the replay. She's a little bit one pace, and now this is a mile 16th. There is some give in the ground today. It is sunny. The rails are down. I was on the turf yesterday, actually, Paul. People look at our X handle, they will see I had some pictures of Carl Spackler, some video and pictures. I was on the turf course. The turf course yesterday was listed good. I got to tell you, Paul, it was more on the soft side of good. With the sun out today and warming up, it probably is legitimately good. I think that'll be fine for wedding mood. Another tough race in this sequence, Paul. Again, I'm going 1:11.4. You're going 9:11.6. Let's go ahead and take this off the screen and go to the penultimate leg of the early pick four. Again, the host Howard Kravitz along with co-host Paul Halloran, live from the Phoenix Room at Keeneland Racecourse here at Saturday, April 12th. And we are both playing in the Grade 1 Gamble Today live money contest along with a lot of our other good friends. Let me go ahead and go to the banners there. There we go. Here's our picks for race 4, Paul. I'm going 3:11.8. Look at this. You're going 3:8.11. We are very similar here. We both like the 3. So let me get to the 3 in this race. Just give me 1 second. This is interesting condition here, Paul. Non-winners at 2, but 80,000 the claiming price, about 7 furlongs. The 2 is a scratch. I think there's other scratches in here. No, I guess that's, the 8, which is a big scratch. Wesley Ward scratched Nesian Spring. Ooh. I don't know about you, Paul. I was a little disappointed by that because I was hoping to beat that one. But we are both going to go with Gold Brick. Calhoun, Curtis, New Gelding, turning back. A lot of angles I like, and apparently you do too.
That was a sneeze break. Interesting scratch on the 8, Howard, who I think was going to be very forward in this race. But
yes,
I like the angles on this 3, drop and cut back. Calhoun going dirt to root in sprints, on dirt going root to sprint, wins at 20%. This horse has been 2 consistent buyers. Last 2 times he's run mid-80s. He's run in the 80s like 4 times, and I think a mid-80s buyer in this race, Howard, would be very, very formidable.
Yes, I think so as well. I like a lot of everything you said. I like this horse quite a bit. Now, not going to be 6-1 with the scratch of the 8. Definitely going to be lower. Again, we apologize for the background noise. We got people eating, and we got a lot of.
It was the bread
going
pudding
on right now. Is my good friend and co-host of Bed and Boozin'. Looks like he's got a nice lunch. Patrick Kunzel here out of screen. He's like, Howard, stop talking about me and just go back to the show. Okay, we'll do that. Anyway, it looks very good. Actually, before the show's over, Paul, I think we do want to show a particular food item. I don't want to say what it is. Paul, do you happen to grab one? Otherwise, I'll have someone else grab that food item for us before the show. You don't have to show it right now, but you got it? Oh boy. Wow. What do we got there, Paul? You're muted, Paul. You're muted.
It's the world famous Keeneland bread pudding.
Let's see that one more time. The bread pudding at Keeneland. Oh, it is so tasty. It could be a dessert. It could be an appetite. You could any way you choose for sure.
Oh,
it's fantastic. Let's talk about the 11, and then we'll go on to the last race. The 11's Indy Magic. This is the one that's going to close, Paul, if it falls apart. Speed held very well yesterday. I don't think it's going to hold quite as well today. Dropping down from the N1X at Oaklawn, tough circuit. Just raced on March 29th, but if this race does fall apart, I think that's the one you probably want, the number 11, Indy Magic. And then we both have the 8. Anything quickly on the 8, Paul, and go to the last race.
No, the 8 scratched.
Oh, the 8 is scratched. I'm sorry. So we're mainly 3:11 here. 1 speed, 1 closer. I think we've got that race pretty much covered. Of course, there's many other horses people can use if they would like. Let's go on to the closing leg of the early pick 5. We really do appreciate everyone watching, listening to the HHH Racing Podcast this morning for Keeneland today. Just to let everyone know, we will be live tomorrow, Sunday, for the late pick 5 convo, and that will be live from Casa de Maher, Paul. We'll be from Noah Maher's house. Plan right now, me and Jackson Nunez making his, I believe, Keeneland Today debut. So we're very excited to have Jackson as planned. Join me tomorrow morning at our regular scheduled time, by the way, 11 a.m. on Sunday. All right, here's our picks for the last race of the pick 5. I'm going 10, 9, 11. You're going 10, 7, 3. Paul, I'm not afraid to say this. This is a relatively strong play for me. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a huge field. But this horse is very nice. This is Cherie DeVoe. It is a very big field of N1X turf runners, so it's not going to be easy with a lot of talented runners. There's a lot of things I like about States Rights, the number 10, Jose Ortiz riding. What say you about Cherie and States Rights?
Well, I think the most important point now is Cherie had been 0 for 9, I believe, at the meet going into yesterday. Finally won the last race yesterday. We all knew that the 0 for was not going to continue too long with her, right? And I think that she will just keep right on going. She's got her main man, Jose Ortiz. This horse closed very well at Fairgrounds last time. I think Jose will be a little forward. Jose is a much better turf jockey than Florent Giroux. He'll be more in touch with the field. Certainly not, anywhere near the lead, but I just think in a better position. And I kind of with you. I think this horse is pretty solid here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of horses to negotiate, but there is early speed. I mean, you look at her form lines. First of all, he's been favored quite a bit, which I take as a positive. Lost last time to Flying Mohawk. Who's Flying Mohawk? He's in the damn Derby, Paul. He won the Jeff Ruby Stakes, and he also faced Owen Almighty in his first start. Now, that was last year on the dirt, so it doesn't mean much other than he just faced, obviously, some very talented horses. Let's talk about two others. The number 11, Warlander, I think is interesting for Asmussen, should show some speed and was staked last year here at Keeneland. I'm going to talk about the 9, I believe is who I'm, the 9, Assertiveness. Now, our good friend Charlie Freeman, Mr. South Beach, is over at the other table, busy handicapping, and he's not.
Wait a minute, Howard. He's not in the barn giving Prater a massage?
He is not in the barn giving Prater a massage. No, but
what's going on here?
He will get to see. He will get. Wait, we got it. We got someone coming on here. Hold on a second. Oh my.
Oh boy, it's a photo bomber.
Matt Miller. Matt, say hello to everyone. We're live here at Keeneland today.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Looks like a tough card. The weather's perfect. The room is filled with good friends, and this should be a fun day.
All right. Thanks for popping in.
All right.
Good luck today, Matt.
That means get the hell out of here. I understand.
Anyway, well, actually, Charlie's very excited to see Prater run, but Charlie might remember the number 9 in this race because the number 9 is a horse called Assertiveness, who beat Dublin's Knight, who is a horse that I know Charlie and I like quite a bit, who just was in between horses, got a bad trip. At Assertiveness for Pletcher and Johnny V upset Dublin's Knight, who's a very good horse, by the way. So Assertiveness, by the way, Paul, look at that, one off of the 0 buyer angle. Pete Visco, you listening? There you go, the 0 buyer angle. Should show some speed, and I think Assertiveness is really interesting in this spot as well. And let's close out talking about the number 7, Mistero, who you got second for Dale Romans and Corey Lambert.
Yeah, I think this horse has a very good chance to be on the board. Howard, this horse is a half to Bleecker Street, whom you might recall is a really good turf horse.
I do.
Dale is 0 for 7 on turf allowances at Keeneland. That's a negative, but not this time is proving to be a sire that they can run on anything. In turf roots, the progeny of Not This Time are 15%. This horse has run with some good horses, especially on dirt. Run with Owen Almighty, Jonathan's Way, and East Avenue, and Ferocious. I think the turf breeding turf will be just fine. Ran well last time, was late last time, only missed by 3/4 of length. I think this is a very good Uncle Howard reverse tri-key type of horse.
I like it. Ran well in that. I watched that Churchill race. That was, Giacoso. That's a horse we know, right, Paul?
Yeah,
won that race, and obviously has very much a right to improve. Costs $535. We both like States Rice, Paul, but the number 10. I'll tell you what. Another tough race. This early pick 5, Paul, is challenging to say the least. I'm very curious to see what happens from a contest perspective. How many people fire early? Because I find some of these races early very challenging. Let's go to our best bets, and we'll be on our way for the rest of the day and let everyone get back to the Masters and horse racing and all that good stuff. Paul, your best bets. You're going to go with States Rights in race 10. You're going to play an exacta States Rights over the 3, 7, and 11.
Yes. Yep. And I will throw in my 9, your 9 now, as I always like to do what my uncle tells me.
Well, I appreciate that. My best bets, I'm going to go to race 3. I like the first-time starter for Josie Carroll. I'm curious to see how the Hibiscus. I want to see how that horse is bet and how she, I think it's a girl, I believe, how she runs, or he, I'm not sure. And then race 4, I'm going to play a double. That was the race that Tunisian Spring was canceled or scratched out of, I believe. Is that right, Paul? Yes, I believe so. So I think that makes the job easier for the 3 and the 11. I'm going to play a double, race 4 and race 5, 3-11 with states rights. Paul, I'll tell you what, we really appreciate being on. This is not easy for us logistically, everyone. I apologize. We weren't able to get to a lot of comments in the chat. Again, it's a little tricky for me with only one monitor and no mouse and a bunch of things. But we do appreciate everyone watching today live here from the Phoenix room. Paul, I want to wish you, my friend, good luck in the contest. I'll be very happy. You can take second and I'll take first, and we'll just go from there. How does that sound?
And Howard, I just want to say that I started my day with this very special visit. Look who I visited this morning. You might recognize him.
Hello. Well, tell everyone who that is, Paul.
That is Cody's Wish in his paddock this morning.
Can you show a baby? You want to show one of the babies of Cody? You have that on your phone? I'll stall for a second. It's worth seeing. So Cody's, I had, 165 babies. A little bit higher. Bring the phone up higher. There you go. How old is that horse, Paul, that we see there with the Doran family?
12 days.
Wow. That's a filly, correct?
Days. 2 fillies we saw yesterday. One was 6 days old and one was 12.
Unbelievable. I mean,
they're out running around and they're leggy and they look pretty good.
Keeneland never disappoints, and the Dormans are here. Course,
they're right, literally here.
They're literally like 10 feet from me. All right, Paul, we're gonna wrap it up. Paul, again, really appreciate your time. Good luck to everyone playing the Keeneland early pick 5, the late pick 5, wherever else you're gonna play. We gotta end it, no matter where we are and how we do it. Crush your bets at Keeneland Racecourse today. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. We got applause going on as I'm getting the final montage out. All right, thanks everyone.
If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.